Kelly Clarkson was spotted fighting back tears, only 12 days ahead of the tragic passing of her former husband, Brandon Blackstock. At her Vegas residency, the audience supported her in singing piece by piece, switching at one point to unannounced alterations in a soft, emotional nod to Brandon. This emotional moment now takes on new meaning. Less than 2 weeks after her performance, Brandon lost his 3-year battle with melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer. Today, we're uncovering new details about his final days, the cause of his death, and a shocking revelation. Brandon was dating Kelly's former assistant behind her back. We will also look at how Kelly's kids, 11-year-old River and 9-year-old Remington, are coping with the death of their dad. Reba McEntire's emotional tribute to Brandon, and the reason Kelly still loves him even after the betrayal. Although Kelly's sorrow is famous, her humility and strength are unrivaled. A mastermind and a good mom, she kept her children first even when the truth could have broken them. Here is what River and Remington don't quite get about their dad's last years. Brandon had been quietly battling melanoma for 3 years. While the children were aware he was ill, Kelly made the difficult decision to conceal the extent of the illness. She canceled her Vegas performances, suspended her talk show, and shelved her career to assist him in the final months. But never once did she allow her children to glimpse her fear. Brandon's death was due to melanoma, a cancer that had ravaged through his system. The evil disease strikes 1 in 5 Americans by age 70. Kelly survived every day with forced courage, aware each day was taking something away from them. She needed to smile, be normal, and be strong for River and Remington while their father slipped away. The kids probably thought their father's sickness was only temporary, something that would get better. They had no conception of the fact that each day might have been their last with him. Kelly protected them from ever knowing that, and she carried the burden by herself. It is a proof of the deep extent of maternal love. Now, the tale becomes more sinister. Other than Brandon's sickness and Kelly's sorrow, there is a secret that would hurt the most. The woman Brandon was dating when he died wasn't anyone special. She was Brittany Marie Jones, Kelly Clarkson's ex-assistant. This piece of information brings an element of betrayal that leaves even those who know the tale reeling. Let's examine the timeline. Between 2016 and 2018, Brittany was Kelly's direct production assistant. She arranged dressing rooms, scheduled organized tours, and was integrated into the day-to-day activities of the family. She saw firsthand Kelly and Brandon's union, learned their ways, and got close to their weaknesses. Then in 2020, the year Kelly petitioned for divorce, Brittany suddenly moved to Montana, supposedly to work on Brandon's ranch. But by 2024, public documents showed the shocking reality. Brittany had become Brandon's co-conspirator, sleeping in his mansion and running his companies. The woman who used to assist Kelly in getting ready for appearances and planning her life was now sleeping with Brandon and inheriting his empire. For River and Remington, the Brittany that they knew was probably Mommy's nice helper. They had no idea she was now their father's mistress and business partner. According to his obituary, try to imagine the confusion and distress for these children who must deal with this discovery. The betrayal ran deeper still with Brandon's obituary, which featured boldly Brittany as his beautiful and loving partner, and entirely left out Kelly, the mother of his children. Kelly, who bore River and Remington, stood by Brandon professionally and waited for him for years, was removed from his last public acknowledgement. This omission is a cold slash to the heart. There is another sore secret, the money scandal behind their split. Brandon was charging Kelly millions in management fees for years. In 2023, a judge ordered him to pay back $2.6 million for illegally charging fees on deals he never closed. To put it into perspective, Kelly made $2 million for The Voice, but just $93 from the Billboard Music Awards while being managed by Brandon. He was stealing from the mother of his children literally. The custody war made it even more painful. Kelly feared her kids would drift away from Brandon because of the legal battles. She battled him in court for money and custody, while fighting hard to maintain River and Remington's bond with their father. People who know Kelly say she feared her children would later resent her for the divorce, not realizing Brandon's financial betrayal. Kelly was put in an impossible place, keeping her children safe from the truth, while keeping them safe from losing their father. Even today, as River and Remington grieve their loss, Kelly still keeps the ugly truths about their parents. Following the death of Brandon Blackstock, his Faye-year-old son Seth from his initial marriage issued a statement appreciating supporters and asking for privacy during this extremely tough period. Reba McEntire, Brandon's ex-stepmom, also issued a heartfelt message, labeling him special and mentioning all of his children with love. Significantly, she never mentioned the assistant's scandal, opting to post upbeat recollections and sorrow of his crying children, a step that demonstrated extraordinary maturity in the midst of chaos. Kelly Clarkson, on the other hand, has stood in unshakable dignity during this experience. She has not publicly badmouthed Brandon, remained silent regarding the assistant's involvement, and protected her children, River and Remington, from the bitter realities that might deepen their grief. Her decision? Grace over revenge, compassion over vindication, even when faced with betrayal, financial deception, and news that Brandon had been cheating on her with her former assistant. Kelly put her children's emotional needs first. She left her career on hold, canceled the big shows, and stayed by Brandon's side through his last few months. This wasn't weakness. It was superhuman strength, fueled solely by love. Kelly understood that River and Remington losing their dad was tragic enough. She decided to shield them from the extra sorrow of adult drama, the secret battle with cancer, the assistant's romance with their dad, and the courtroom fights over pilfered millions. Her kids will learn their father adored them, never knowing about the intricacies that characterized his latter years. This is Kelly Clarkson in a nutshell, not only a gifted performer, but a warrior mom. She placed her children's hearts over her own pain, showing us that sometimes the most loving thing you can do is be silent, so that you can save the people who mean the most to you.